Hey everybody, clearing. This is a little piece of tiger's eye to clear with today. Okay, so I'm gonna do a reading for you, viewer, on how to manifest your union. So let's get into some cards. I am going to look at what your person is thinking and feeling. Okay, first off, I want to say when I was pre-shuffling and preparing for this, the Eight of Pentacles kept being blown off of one of the decks, and I kept hearing, do the work, do the work, do the work. You've got to do the work, viewer, to get yourself into the belief that what you want is wanting you. It's all in you. Every little bit of resistance, every misconception, every lack of love, it's in you. If you can find those things and become aligned with love, there's nothing you can't manifest, even your person specifically. So let's get into it and see. The way I'm doing this, and I've been doing this in private readings for a while now, is looking at what we're getting reflected back to you from your person in the energy based on where you're at, viewer. So you might be divine feminine likely, or you might be divine masculine. So let's just see what my viewer needs to know most about their person's energy as it's being reflected back at this time. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the counterpart for my viewer in how they are reflected in the energy? And what can we see for my viewer's energy? What is it that we can see regarding the mirrored energy? What is my viewer's belief or alignment at this time that is, I want to say, respective or responsible for what's going on in the energy being reflected from the counterpart? So what can we see? What can be illuminated regarding my viewer's energy connected with the mirrored energy their counterpart is exhibiting in this reading? And then I'm going to get some instruction cards. What can we see that the viewer can do regarding anything that comes up in their energy to bring in union or to align with it more fully? And then we're going to do an energetic card. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to pull one card and see where the intimacy is at going into the reading. So Erotic Tarot, what can we see for the connection? What is the depth of intimacy available at this time for the counterparts? Okay, we're getting Page of Candles. This is a card that has a third-party situation going on it. And the guidebook talks about this card being like comrades, good friends, very sexually liberated, like the kind of person you want on your team going in as your wing person. Not necessarily that primary, deep, full-fledged knowing that this is the one and only person in our heart of hearts. So there is a tentative energy. I think it came through in a reading recently where I said to the divine feminines, don't half-ass manifest this. If you want this person, don't delude yourself and say, oh, I'm just happy if they're happy. That's not your truth. That doesn't bring your total fulfillment in to say, oh, I found the perfect person, but I just want them to be happy, and I'm pretty sure it might be with someone else over there. Take full ownership to what your knowing of your truth about it is, and if you feel that that person is your be-all, end-all, most magnificent person you could imagine being alive on the planet, tell yourself that honestly and say, I desire that with my whole heart. I know I'm worthy of that, and bring your thoughts into alignment to experience that. The Page of Candles is telling me that the collective has some room to grow with allowing a primary, masterful, monogamous, deep connection. Oh my gosh, this one piece of hair. Okay, what are we getting for our counterparts out there in Counterpart land? So in the energy, the divine counterpart is walking away from things that are not quite good enough, that are mediocre, that are the 8 out of 10 happiness. Like, not willing to settle for second best, not willing to settle for anything less, and feeling the separation here. So I do sense that the counterparts are being inspired to refine their lives, their options, their choices, to be more authentic with what they actually want. So that's beautiful that we got that message for my viewers about going all in, not being half-assed manifesting. What is the energy in my viewership? Oh, snap. Yes, seeing that if you want union, you've got to believe in it. You've got to manifest it. You've got to be worthy of it. You've got to be fully on board. You've got to use your free will. My 5 of Swords is a free will card. It's like a teeter-totter between temporary gratification, short-term gratification, instant gratification, and long-term. When I see it in the reverse, like, or the inverse, it shows me that you're taking accountability for manifesting your union. So you're in the right place. If you're watching this, you're like, I am fully going to admit to myself that I am able to create my life in a way that I experience union fully. 4 of Wands, 1111, twin flame level compatibility and true union. And that is causing your counterpart, or whomever you are going to come into union with, to walk away from anything less than the real deal. Okay, what can we see for the viewer regarding this energy? Discernment. Discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet compassion and wisdom. So instead of getting triggered, being frustrated, there is compassion and wisdom with all of the things that seem inconvenient or incoherent. So your advice, viewer, is to continue looking at things not from a personal victim story or projection of blame or fault, but to see the lesson in things. Compassion is the master teacher because it allows us to see the highest assessment of reality. When we're not triggered by what we're seeing, when we can be in non-attachment and compassion, we can take the meaning from it without it being an imbalancing action. So if you're imbalanced by something you're perceiving, utilize your free will to bring it back into a truth that doesn't make your own emotional inner world go into upheaval. That's suffering, that's attachment. That means whatever you're thinking is skewed because it's rocking your world in a negative way. So it's not a productive, beneficial way of looking at it. Your emotions are there to steer you away from that lie, that stuff. That's your friend. If you are going into suffering like that, it's actually a really good blessing in disguise, because you can then say, what am I thinking? What am I believing that is causing me to feel this way? That's the do the work, do the work, do the work message that I got at the beginning of this reading. It is the work of discernment. What is causing you to feel imbalanced or balanced? When you come into balance, it should feel like a deep embodied peace. It shouldn't feel like a stretch, like, oh, I hope the universe isn't looking by me thinking this, because that will feel anxious inside. It will still feel unbalanced. When you come into a truth, you know it. You know, because the truth sets you free. It is such a beautiful thing. And the truth here, which will resonate with everyone, because I feel like the title is going to speak of it, that you can manifest union through coming into alignment with your thoughts. Okay, what are the counterparts' conscious thoughts of my viewer? they sense that you bravely keep an open mind and the door open for what is for you, for what is coming, that you are someone who continually manifests in a very possibly unpredictable way by worldly standards, that you're unconventional with what you continue pushing the envelope with. You continue going forward to things that are innovative and ingenious, and they've watched you time and time again say things in succinct ways, act in ways that are counterintuitive, that make perfect sense when they're honest. They see you finding that sweet spot through reality that keeps nailing it. You do what you want, you don't conform, and you keep nailing it. This is what they think of you. What are my viewers' energies? That is, okay, yeah, you're an independent thinker. You don't wait. You do the things that you are led to do for your own reasons in your own right. And you're not deferring to destiny. You are a master of your destiny. Viewer, that is beautiful. What can we see as an advice here? Authenticity and third chakra. So this is the solar plexus. You are empowered to be authentically you, and your person is catching on to that. This is what's setting you apart. You're not normal. You know, you are not somebody that holds back because of conditionality. So authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives, with others as well as ourselves. So they see you as someone that sticks with something. You have commitment. You have this tenacity to stay the course. And third chakra helps us to realize who we are and what we want to be, so we can set a course towards our goals. Yes, they see you bravely continuing to set a course towards your goals and surpass them time and time again. They see you rise to that. What are the counterparts feeling on the heart space about this whole darn journey? Wow, they are feeling this manifestation of union coming in closer. Here's the Four of Wands again here. It is in the reverse or the inverse. So they are seeing that they are also manifesting you and this union, that they are learning in real time what it looks like. Because of the things that play out in these connections, they're taking notes. They're seeing that this is what love really is, and it's not a destination. I'm getting that they're seeing the process of union, that they are seeing where they have opportunities to learn from the past and to contribute from that wisdom. Action speaking louder than words, that it's a tandem effort. They're designing it with you, that there is this consensus in all levels here, that what you want, viewer, is wanting you, and they are collaborating, they are contributing. If you're not seeing how your counterpart has been investing in this tandem effort, you are missing this energy here. And ask yourself if there is any other interpretations that are causing you pain, that you could switch for seeing it this way, that they have been helping with this stability forming between the two of you all the way along. Can you take the position that if you fell in love at first sight, or energetically recognize them, that they did too, and that they have been guided to establish this foundation all along with you in maybe unconventional ways? Can you see that, viewer? What is my viewer's energy that's causing for this? Ooh, this is the commitment, the King of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So in the inverse like this, the Hanged Man, the epiphany has been boing, seen. And so this commitment that's been growing has been eliciting a vote of investment, confidence, soul level awareness all the way along with your person. You have been diligent all along. You've deemed this person relevant, and every time you've done that in the energy, your person has contributed an equal and compatible catalyst, incentive, contribution to this whole. You've been committed, and if you've been genuinely committed to this, it has been committed to you. Your partner, your person has mirrored commitment. It's for you to start seeing the truth of that, viewer, and have these epiphanies, because this is going to move it forward. These connections are not going to progress. They're going to be in Hanged Man energy until you can see and validate and affirm that your person hasn't been asleep on the chessboard. They've been coming towards you in this union all the way along, step by step. It takes two. So just like it takes two in karmic situations, and we have to go through the unhooking from that and forgive ourselves and take personal accountability. It's never just blame or projected on the other one. If we're in that scenario, we've contributed, we've agreed to it, we've signed up for it. In karmic situations, we have to take accountability to remove ourselves from that. For union, we also have to take accountability and allow for the vision that our counterpart has also been consciously contributing. If you're in the vicinity of union, your person is not unconscious about the love here or the opportunities to come on to the same page with love. It is not a mistake you feel what you feel for this person. Oh, I didn't realize Harold was there this whole time. Harold, boop. Okay, so what can we see for the heart space for you, viewer? The truth, the love, King of Swords, and this Knight of Hearts, of Cups. So the head is further ahead than the heart here from your counterpart. They logically know that you are the only choice, the right choice, the full choice. And their heart, it's not that their heart is behind in it, their heart is waiting to develop this together, I just heard. So they are poised on the heart space. They know you're the one. They know it. You're manifesting union. Why wouldn't they know that? That wouldn't be fun if they were like, dun, 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 over there, and they didn't know this. Okay, so what is the energy you've got? So the reason that this counterpart logically knows the truth here but isn't expressing fully on the heart space is because of you holding yourself back in limited thinking. So secretly you've got still some, or I'll include myself, still there are some ways of looking at all of this that are still falling short from the be-all end-all union. 7 and 8, that's a nice progression though, but 7 of Swords is this beginning not to delude ourselves. When it's in the upright, we are flat out in denial sometimes. When it's in the reverse like this, we're starting to see how we are holding ourselves back. So viewer, you've been holding yourself back logically, which is holding your counterpart back in the love department. You might hypothetically feel like you love them and that you want them and that you're ready, but there's something that you are still thinking that is limiting what is actually possible here. Let's get an advice card. Universal love and consciousness. Yes, so this is the viewer's mindset shift. So frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet and the whole of existence. So this is coming out of scarcity and knowing that love abounds, that there is not a limited resource of love. You are never alone, I'm hearing, with the 44. That's the angelic collaboration, contribution. This is the music of the spheres. This is the generational alignment, your friends, your family, all of it, soul tribe. We're all in this together. You're never alone. And so if you are holding back thinking you're missing out on love, you are deluding yourself, because you are so connected, more so than you're allowing yourself to know in that moment. And consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. So as you journey on this journey of enlightenment, of alignment, all these different dimensions of not alone come online, and you truly don't fear being physically alone. You no longer buy into the idea that you can be physically forsaken, because there's all this multidimensional connectivity, including with your counterpart in the 5D. But until we come into the full awareness of how, sorry, my hair is tickling today, the full awareness of how we are interconnected with all that is, we won't have that full expression in physical form. We're learning this interconnectedness, and it's an illusion that there is somehow something holding this back that is not benevolent. It's just our own awareness of the nature of reality that holds us back from these manifestations. What is the counterpart wishing to manifest here? Clarity through the confusion and ultimate happiness. What is my viewer's energy that is mirroring that or working with it? Warrior of Pentacles. So this is the Knight of Pentacles doing the inner work to ground it in the 3D. So here is the receptivity of what you're asking for, and this growing love, desire for happiness, real happiness. So it is working. You are creating this foundation by staying with the manifestation long enough to know you are worthy of seeing this fully realized in the physical. What is the advice for my viewer? Originality. So only you can manifest in the way that you can. Only you can manifest this incredibly audacious twin flame perfect union for you, because there is no one like you. And so you are designing it, viewer, in the most personal way possible. There is no example of it outside of you. Your preferences are not completely found in any other person other than your counterpart and you. So it's about getting to know yourself and how original you are, and loving that with all of your heart and soul, so that you know you are the clear choice. It's not a competition. There's only one perfect match for you. And so when you know yourself that well, you know what it is, what levels you actually match with, and then you can decide what's compatible with you or not. So it is entirely possible that at some points there isn't ultimate compatibility with certain people that we think we want really badly. That's not the same as having a twin flame. So yeah, viewer, this is about originality. Supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment. So there are unlimited possibilities for you to create, and that includes knowing yourself so well that you can manifest a twin flame level union with a true match. The person you're viewing for, or if you're honest, maybe they're not a true match. Maybe there are things that haven't been aligned, that are kind of being glossed over, that aren't necessarily perfect. Maybe you don't know yourself well enough to understand where true compatibility would lay. And that is, do the work, do the work, do the work. Tenderness and surrender. So at very least, work towards receptivity on the level of being tender and surrendering to wanting love to feel good and soft and tender, and to receive it on a subtle level. Tenderness activates our capacity to open our hearts and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care, not judgment and ridicule, I just heard. And surrender. The energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control and yield to the flow of love. So let go of all of the things that you're telling yourself qualify or disqualify you to receive love, and let go of that illusion that you're in control, and just allow it to come to you. Controlling things with, superstition, or trying to actively mold it in, doesn't work. It is the knowing within you, the worthiness, the authentic knowing of who you are that shows where it's legitimate. What can we see for the actions the counterparts are taking? Ooh, They're changing everything to align with you, viewer. They're changing it all, baby steps, but now they are at a stage where they want to do this hand in hand in eternal love, in this ascended consciousness. Nothing is the same. You've completely changed this person. They are on a timeline shift, I just heard. What is in the viewer's energy that's causing this? Wow, the Tower. Ooh, to clarify the Tower, you've had a major internal revelation that you are responsible for bringing in union or not. Your beliefs withhold union from you or not. Your vibe about how you feel about your person gives spaciousness or not. If you are in resistance, if you are feeling cringy, if you're feeling anxiety, you push this person away. It's not because they don't want to come to you. It's that you do choices that don't communicate clearly, or that are in fear, or that avoid or dismiss them. Okay, viewer, so this is saying there's a major revelation that you actually get to decide how you feel and do the work to feel good about it, so that you can experience further good in these connections, not so that you can generate more distance and a wedge in between. This is saying you're starting to realize that it's up to you whether this union comes in or not. And your counterpart is having a major change. So that means that you are taking heed, viewer. Beautiful. What advice can we get? Change. Exactly. Instant change. This is coming in where everything is changing. Change overnight. Spontaneous remission, instantaneous change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Let go of all the old paradigms where you felt like you didn't have a say whether union happened or not. And understand that you are on this journey because it is relevant to your growth. And as you take full accountability for that truth, you will see that anything that you wish to experience that is relevant for your growth, if you can identify that, you can open to that next step being available to you. Yes, even with this particular person, or in any scenario that you wish. If you can dream it, you can achieve it, viewer. So tap into it. It is on you. You are manifesting this reality. What can we see as the biggest challenge that the counterparts are envisioning? Okay, this devil energy that's stopping victory and stopping them coming forward. So that's interesting, because this is saying that they think there's a mysterious force at play, and that means it's your mindset, your ability to bring in union, you seeing that you're manifesting your union. Anywhere that you're still resisting it, they feel an insurmountable devil energy blocking them coming forward. They literally do. That can be in form of anxiety, misconceptions, not being given an opportunity. You could be literally blocking them. It can be on any level like that. What can we see for my viewer? Reclamation and Four of Pentacles. So this is opening the heart and knowing that you get to decide when you're ready to receive your counterpart on a deeper level. See what that does to your dynamic when you say, okay, I'm going to put down my fear, I'm going to put down my resistance, I'm going to put down my lack of forgiveness, I'm going to put down my confusion, I'm going to put down my wishy-washy energy. I'm going to make the changes in my life to completely refine and purify towards union, not just on the surface for appearances and festering away with emotionality under the surface, but on every level, every single level, purifying emotionally, mentally, and physically, so that you are in alignment with what you say you want. What you've glimpsed is possible. This is you opening up that way. This is you opening the safeguard on your heart and becoming receptive for that which you say you are wanting. And what is wanting you? What is the solution for this challenge of the immovable devil energies? Well, your counterpart is seeing that there is an inner knowing that where there's a will, there's a way, or there's a magical solution. They do believe. They are continuing to believe in success here. This is the only connection where they have really truly believed ultimate success is available. What is the reflection from the feminine? Strength. Strength overcomes the devil. So divine feminines or viewers, you are embodying this strength and allowing any subconscious fears, any generational fears, any multidimensional fears, any misconceptions to come up to be considered so they can be released, so that you can tame the beast of illusion. And that is causing your counterpart to feel like there just might be something to this union, and they can never quite put it down. Have you ever wondered why they linger and they never quite fully close the door? Even when they say they don't, as soon as you want them back in, as soon as you're like, nope, I actually want this, I'm going for it again, boom, there they are. They're back. Sometimes, most times, better than ever, if you so choose. Pay attention to that, because it's a reflection of you, viewer. What is the direction of the connections as far as the counterpart? Well, they are letting go of all misconceptions that hold them back from being able to give to you and receive equally in a deepening, mutual way. What is that a reflection of? The free will for you, viewer, to focus on the love available here and to believe in that grounding into the physical. That Five of Swords in the inverse is the free will accountability for you to ground this love through being in unconditional love, living the Tao of unconditional love, and using your free will to affirm that reality, that golden layer of reality, and embody it. That is what is bringing in reciprocity and all the options falling away, all the superficial conditionality that your partner, your counterpart might have expressed was a deal breaker in these connections. All that's falling away. So that is distance or age difference or religion or other partners or anything else that might be. That's falling away, and they don't see a reason to hold back anymore, because you are believing in your worthiness to experience love and to manifest it, because you've glimpsed it and you're saying you deserve to experience it, that you want to experience it, and you're learning the ways in which that would speak to you. Your love language, the little things that would make you feel like you were actually finding success or fulfillment, the little indicators. If you can pinpoint those things, you can experience it. It is about you doing the work to believe you are someone who would be loved those ways, and then also to know what those ways are. Okay, what can we see for the Erotic Tarot after that big energetic reading? We got the Page of Candles to begin with. Has there been any shift in the intimacy capacity in these connections? Wow, that really hopped. I hope you saw it. Knight of Feathers. So we went from a page to a knight. Knight of Feathers. There's the image. Knight of Feathers in the upright. Almost open to the page. The knight's eccentric flair for drama and fantasy will keep you on your toes. So I'm hearing, expect the unexpected. They are striking, charming, and can talk you into anything. They will almost certainly get you into trouble. You will be caught up in their talk, dirty, poetic, online, intellectual, before you know it. You're lost but enjoying the ride. So I'm hearing that there's going to be this resurgence of counterparts coming in and flirting and being sexual and being playful and mischievous. And so this can mean that even without saying sorry for something they said was a deal breaker, still being with partners potentially, there's going to be a lot of things where the counterparts are going to just focus on this connection in a really playful, dramatic, sensual way, despite any circumstances. So there is this kind of no holds barred energy coming in where you're going to see a little bit of a hit the gas pedal. thing from your counterpart where they can't resist and they come in with some kind of an intensity. It's like a spurt, just to confirm that if you drop your fear, that they could instantaneously come in. I'm not getting for many that it's permanent union yet, but there is going to be an indicator that there is something fishy going on when you drop into manifesting your reality, that it actually lurches ahead a little bit. So wow, I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen in these connections to show that when you are ready for more, you get more. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.